How do you refresh this? Okay. I'm just going to go here. How is everyone? Is anybody here yet? I can't see. Hold on. I can't see. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too. It's Friday. Here we are. In the middle of this miserable heat wave. Ugh. It's like 90 degrees outside. That's unfit for human habitation. How is everyone? I try to see comments. Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon. Good evening. Whatever time you may be watching this. This is what we're making today. We are finishing up our Riley Blake Stitcher Sewing Room. This is like a little series we've been doing here. So today we're going to be doing the needle notebook and we're going to be doing the pincushion. The two little cutesy things. Did everybody get their door banner and their zipper bag done? I did. Mine's hanging on my door. My door banner is. And I just love it. It's adorable. Let's see if I can't. I'm looking at everything on my phone. Happy Friday. Oh, Miss Cindy, Miss Norkel, Terry. I am looking at this on my phone and this font. Fran. Lila. Hello, hello. I'm going to try and bring this up on the computer. Let's see if I can't do that. Let's see. I'm going to do this. Here we go. I'm going to try and move this down. Oh, too far. No. I'm going to click. Oh my goodness. Computers. Pick one. You're either touch screen or your mouse pad, but you can't be both. Here we go. Okay. So now I can see. I can see, said the blind man. Okay. All right. Yes, the last in the series for this. Fun stuff. So we're going to make the Needlebook first. Okay, this is what we're going to make first. I have all my colors that I'm going to use here. And I have my directions. I have already cut everything, but we'll go over it real quick. We got our latte fabric A, which is this one. This is going to be the cover. And they wanted SF101 on it, so I put SF101. I pieced mine. I don't know if you can see that. I'm sure you can. But I have so many little pieces of SF101. I'm like, I'm going to start using them. So that is what we are doing. So I have that ready. And then this one, this is all coming out of your layer cake. This one is your inside. And you need a little bit of low loft. Now, this is pretty low loft. I think this came in a Kimmerbell box or Bella box or something for another. I just had a little bag of it, and I just decided I would use this stuff. Want low loft? That's pretty as low loft as you can get. So that's why I'm using that. But I'm sure regular batting, whatever you have in your sewing room, is going to be fine. 2 pieces of felt. I did not have cream, but I had this color, and I thought, well, you know, it kind of goes with that, and that's going to be on the inside, so that's what we're going to do. So that's what we need for our needle notebook. Was there a thread set for this? I don't think so. But I am using Olive Glide, and all of the threads that I'm using today are available. They're all Glide on this one. On my Pincushion, I think I've got some Isacord thrown in there, but again, she sells that here too. So we'll go over as we go. I don't like to name them off real quick because who can remember? And so this way, as I use them, and then you can write them down and pick them up, or you may have them in your room already. So yeah, just buy what you need. Okay, so I am using a magnetic 5x7, and this is kind of new to me, and I couldn't get all the wrinkles out, but I think it's pretty taut. I think it's going to be fine. This is Wash Away. We're using Wash Away Stabilizer for this one. 2 layers, so mine's just folded over, and so I've got 2 layers going on here. So that's what we're using for stabilizer. Let's see if there's anything else that we need to, I mean, these are just, you know, real fast and furious and fast. Oh, yeah. I've already had a day. So, yeah. I was telling them out there, I had no idea how much my husband tended to the animals. We only have 2 little dogs and a cat, but he's been gone for less than 24 hours, and they've run me ragged. They are the most demanding little beings. So I'm a little tired. They woke me up early. They're just naughty little things. Okay. So my mind, you know, I might be like, you know, seems like it takes a lot of colors. It does because, and I don't have the sample here, but it's all of the pretty little, yeah, thimble and your thread and your scissors, and then this pretty satin stitch around the edge, and then you have a little bit on the other side, just a little, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So, and I think I chose this color for around the outside of my edge, just because it kind of matched the inside. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I did. And I did change up the colors. Let's see, they only have, how many colors do they have? Well, they got quite a few. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. And I only have 8. So, but I did make a lot of changes to the colors just because, you know, I didn't care for some of the colors. I didn't want blue scissors, you know. I wanted gold. I wanted pretty gold, or you could do beautiful silver. You could even do metallic. All right, enough talk, right? Hi from Ohio, 4 p.m. here, warm and sunny, yes. It's beyond warm here, it's hot. All right, I'm gonna hook up I've already loaded the, let's go over to the machine. I've already loaded the design. Let's see, what's my first color that I'm going to be using? Looks like it's Mercury. I'm going to be using Mercury first, which is, it's almost like a light blue, like a silvery blue. It's really a pretty color. I really like this color. I find I reach for it a lot. So I'm going to put that in, since that's going to be our first stitch. Whoops, color, hitting the lamp, hitting the, you know, it always takes me a few minutes to get oriented. Oriented in this space, you know, you're used to your own room, and then you come in and it's like sewing in somebody else's room. Okay, the first thing is going to be a placement stitch. Who's ready for the quilt show? Me. I guess there's one in Minden or Gardnerville or somewhere around here this weekend. I'm not going to that one. Okay, we're going to place our batting down. I'm not going to use tape or anything. You can use tape or spray or however you want to do it, but I don't think it's going to have a problem. Famous last words, right? And we're going to have to trim that with some scissors. It's going around twice. You ready? Cal, I'm ready. I'm ready too. I'm excited. It's always fun to see. Oh, my scissors are getting on these magnets. It's always fun to see all of the new, you know, stuff you don't see in your local quilt shops and stuff. I know there's this one vendor that comes and all she does mainly panels, which I like a panel. And it's always fun. I could just spend hours just in that tiny little booth looking at every panel. Oops, sorry. Did not mean to bump you there. Sound and everything is okay. Forgot to ask. Let me know if I'm too loud or too soft or... All right. What is next? So we trim. Now it's the Mercury. Oh, wait a minute. No. So the batting, we trim the batting. Now it's going to be a placement line for our top, our pretty fabric for the cover. And, you know, they have you cut such a huge piece. Right side up, it says, of course. But see how big that piece is? They want you to do 6 by 8. It's like, really? Or not 6 by 8. What did they want us to cut? Was it 6 by 8? I think you could, you know, you're using a layer cake, right? So I would cut it. Yeah, they want 6 by 8. I would cut it, you know, 5 by 6 maybe. This is way too big. And then that way you're cutting the layer cake in half, and you could make 2. So, I don't think you need to cut it this big. wasting a lot of our pretty fabric, which hurts my heart. If you're ever going to trim around it, because it has a satin stitch, it's not like we need a seam allowance or anything. Yeah, maybe 4 by 6, you know, or even 4 by 5. 4 by 5. I would do 4 by 5. I bet you could get away with that. These magnets keep stealing my scissors. I'm going to have to take this out. I can see that right now. I'm going to slide this off real quick. Try not to cut my stabilizer. This is going to have a big, nice thick satin stitch around it, so. And I'm going through all this SF101 too, so it's a little thick. Okay. What is next? Okay, now it's the Mercury. And it's going to do our little pins. It's going to do the little push pins. Is that what they're called? They're called push pins, right? Next is Putty, which is another color I'm falling in love with. I use in a lot of, it's just a really pretty kind of golden brown. It's very pretty. And that is going to do the tops and bottom of our spool of thread. Good. Okay, there we go. And I'm just using a pre-wound bobbin. I don't know if I mentioned that. Just pre-wound white bobbin, which I hear she got the field text back in. Oh, hallelujah, right? I'm getting me one of those big boxes. Is that too loud? Is the machine too loud? Let's see, I can do, I think the only, let me see. I don't want to mess anything up, but I don't want the thump of the machine to be the loudest thing. So these cameras have microphones on them. They both do. And so I just want to make sure I'm not messing up the sound, but I don't want the machine to be like, you know, sounding like a what do they call those things when they're breaking up cement? Jackhammer. I knew it would come to me. I didn't want it to sound like a jackhammer. So let me know if I messed up the sound, but I did make some changes. Okay, we did our putty. Now it wants peacock. I love this color too. It's like these colors for this are so sweet. This is peacock. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. I just love these colors. These are all colors that are relatively new to me since this came out, these designs. Of course, you know, Jeannie helped me pick out the colors, and she's just really good with colors and fabric. She's really, really good at, she's got a good eye, you know. And this is going to be the color of our thread. What is next after that? Mulberry. Mulberry, pretty, pretty, pretty purple. That's on deck. Oh, it's also going to do a couple of pinheads. Or just one, I guess. And then we're going to put the mulberry in, and that's going to be like the detail on our thread, just a little darker than our lavender here. Yeah, I was telling him, I have my cat. We've had our cat since she was able to leave her mom. I mean, she was just teensy when we got her, and we did get her from the pound, but she was just a baby. And she's over 10 years old, and she doesn't like to be touched, held, petted, nothing. Just leave her alone. She's just so mean. And apparently, you know, if she eats it out of the bowl, but she puts a little divot in the middle of it, and she's just freaking out because she thinks it's empty. And so she's just like zooming around me and following me everywhere and trying to trip me, and I'm like, what is going on? What do you want? And all she wanted was that her bowl topped off. What is that? Oh, and this is going to be the little other side of our little book. What is next? Pewter. Pewter is a nice kind of bronzy brown. And this is going to put some detail in on our spool. So it looks a little bit more like a spool, not so abstract. Anybody else have a weirdo pet like that? All the other cats I've had have been cuddly and sweet and kind, and this one, man, she will shred you. She'll come to me for a pet, and I'll pet her 1 or 2 times, and then she turns around and tries to kill my hand. Hisses at me. Like, what are you doing touching me? It's like, you came over here. You started rubbing on my leg. So I thought, well, I'll give you a pet. Big mistake. But I fall for it every time. She's so pretty. She's a beautiful cat. She's got big blue eyes and she's got white hair. It's, well, kind of grayish white. But she's just long hair. She's just beautiful. She's got the cutest little face and you just want to kiss it, but if you value your eyesight, you won't. Okay, what's next? Mercury again. And I think that's, what is that going to do? Oh, I think it's the needle. So Mercury. That's the needle in the spool. So anyway, I'll be glad when my husband's home and he deals with all that. Yeah, this is the needle that's in our little spool of thread. After this, a lot of thread colors, but they're like short little stints there. Okay, so now we're going to do our scissors, and for that I got Vegas Gold. Yeah, Vegas Gold. It's Dijon. So it's kind of like an antique gold. Isn't that pretty? Okay, that's going to be the scissors. Okay, this is probably the longest stitch out. Color is in my other bag. We're using it on both. And that's Tar Heel. Pretty blue. Will be next. didn't cut with some ribbon. Okay. I'm going to have to find some ribbon. Let's get our tar heel on. This is just going to do, I think, a pinhead or two, maybe. Yeah, just a teeny tiny little dot. And then we move on to Dijon. It's kind of a brighter gold. It's going to be our thimble. I made my thimble gold. Oops. Well. The gold thimble. All right, here we go. Okay, found some ribbon, and I'm back. I always forget something, don't I? Okay, what is next? Vegas gold again. A little darker gold for the accent on my thimble. Okay. Now we're going to remove the hoop and do some work on the back of the hoop. Let's go over here. Let's see what it says. One thing about Riley Blake here is it says remove hoop and flip. So sometimes it's a little unclear what it wants you to do. So I'm going to flip. And then here it tells you what to do on the back of the hoop. Place fabric, the B fabric, which is our cover. Right side up, tape to secure. Okay, so we're going to tape. I'm going to knock the camera over. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to try and get this tape started. There we go. This is some transport tape, I think. And it's pretty easy to work with. So I'm going to tape this down, right side up. I'm not going to push down super hard until I flip it over again. Okay, let's put some on the top and the bottom. You guys are so quiet. Either that or my chat is frozen. I don't know which one it is. Okay. Push it down like this. And then it says, flip the hoop over. Apparently they want it right side up. Front of hoop. Okay, so here it can get kind of confusing. Flip the hoop over, which is okay. Tack down stitch, front of hoop. That's all it says. So I kind of have to look at the pictures, and then I have to know, because the next step wants me to trim. I'm gonna go over and do a tack down stitch for what I put on the back. And what color do I have in there? Gold. Yeah, I'm gonna change my color just because I want to change it to like pewter or probably putty. Just a neutral color. Let me put you over to the machine. Here we go. And I'm going to take the gold out. It doesn't really matter. I guess I could have left it in. I don't know. I'm going to put putty in. Putty is this nice brown, neutral color. So just in case we see the seam at all, it's kind of a neutral color. Okay, and it's going to do a tack down. Then we're going to take it off and trim. Machine is like super loud when it's going. I don't want to turn it down too low, but okay. I keep messing with the volume and I can't even hear what you guys are hearing. I just see the bars going way up high. Let me move you over here. Over here. There we go. Okay. Turn the hoop over and trim. And then I would imagine we're going to do the Yeah, it wants me to wind a bobbin the same color that I'm going to have for my satin stitch. So we'll do that. What color am I having for that? I can't remember. Well, why does it want it? Oh, a contrasting bobbin it wants this time. Okay, contrasting. And it has yellow. I didn't know what that meant. Okay, so a contrast, what it's doing is it's marking the spot where we're going to put our ribbon. Okay. So I think I'll be able to see white. Don't you? I mean, I could put black in or red. I have, you know, those two colors. So I'm not sure. Oh wait, where are the bobbins? We could throw a color one in there. But there's usually a box of bobbins here. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, we've got red. Let's do red. Let's do red. I think we'll be able to really see red. Okay. Let's do that. Over to the machine. Okay. Let's start this out here. It's brand new. Brand spanking new. Here we go. There we go. There we go. This is going to tell us where to put our ribbon. And I'm going to leave the putty in. And I need to pick some ribbon. Let's see what colors we have. Oh, we got some pretty colors, but I think I'm just going to go with some white. Or, oh, here's some soft yellow, kind of. Oh, that's a long one. Let's do this color. I'll show you here. That's enough. Set this down over here. Let's go over to the table. Did I hit it? Yeah. Okay. So now we have our marks. I can see that pretty good. So I'm going to just take my ribbon, cut it in half. It's going to be super long, but that's okay.
On the clips. Nope, down, drawer.
Okay, so it's showing us, okay, let's read. Okay, we trimmed, we did our placement line with our contrasting bobbin. Remove the hoop and flip it to the back. It's saying, doesn't say to the back, but that's what it wants. So action step, secure with tape, back of hoop. Place ribbon centered on placement lines with short ends extending a ½ inch outside the design and the long ends towards the center of the design. Tape long ends and center away from outside edges of design. And it has a little picture. So mine are going to be like really long. And I'm going to get some tape ready here. And I don't think my ribbon has a right or wrong side. But if yours does, I would imagine it would need to go right side down, right? Because it's going to be flipped out this way. So once stick about a ½ inch out. I did a little more than that because mine are long. And I'm going to do it on this side where my red bobbin thread is. I'm going to tape that down. And I'm going to tape it in the center really well here. Let's see, I'm just going to kind of go like this and go like this. And go like this. Go like that, and then kind of squeeze them together. Come back here. I'm going to squeeze them together here. There we go. That should be out of the way. Put some tape down. And you don't want it to be in here because this is going to be all a satin stitch. All right, but I think that's pretty good. I'm going to turn it over and really smash it. So it's really sticky. Oh, you know what? I think I'm like, oh, he's talking, but I think I have the chat on here wrong. Where's my cursor? I don't know where I can't find the cursor. Where is it?
I don't know. I think this is touch screen. Live chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. No, I want live, not top. Okay, good. Perfect. That way I don't miss anything. Okay, what is next? Flip the hoop over. We did that already, so it's right side up. What are we doing over here? Tack down stitch. What? Okay, so it's going to tack down our ribbon. So let's go do that. And then a trim step. What are we trimming? Trim short ends of ribbons. Even, oh, I gotcha. I know what they want. Okay, so let's go over to the machine. I need to change my bobbin back, right? I don't need the red anymore. It's getting low. Okay. All right. I'm just going to do a little tack down. I'm still leaving the putty in. And I've got a regular bobbin in now. Let me get this. Ooh, there's an aggressive tack down there. That's nice. It's been a while since I made this. It's all new to me. You know, I've slept since then. Okay. So it's tacked. Okay, so let's go back over. I know what it wants me to do now. Because I'm like, what am I trimming here? Give it to me. There we go. Let's go back over here. So it wants us to trim, take the tape off, and we'll trim, because it's going to do a satin stitch here. So we don't want this sticking out of the satin stitch. So we're going to take our tape off here and just trim this even with our little book. Okay. Now what color was I doing the, well, we want a matching bobbin. What color was I going to do? Should we just do putty? I think putty would look nice. I don't have anything written down here. It's like the last one and I didn't write it down. So I'm just going to do putty. And I need a matching bobbin. So let's do that together. Hopefully I can find an empty bobbin here. Bobbins. Let's see. Any bobbins in here? Because I do want it to match, so I think what I'll do is I'm going to repurpose the one that's in here, even though it's a pre-wound. I think we can do that. There's just a little bit left on it, so I'm just going to take off because I can't find an empty bobbin for this machine. And I don't know. I know they're very busy out there right now, so I'm not going to ask. So yeah, talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna. I don't have a bobbin either in my stuff. I'm just having to take off the thread. There's not that much on here. Of course, you know, it a little bit kind of goes a long way, doesn't it? Yeah, there's no bobbin here, so I'm going to have to do this. Sorry about that. I should have been more prepared. Goodness. There's a lot more on here than I thought. I'm getting there. I have to ask her to put some bobbins back here. I wonder if there's any in here. Let me just look real quick. None there. Let's see. No such luck. Okay, well, I'm almost here. I'm almost there. Oh my goodness. There's a lot more on here than I thought. Come on. Come on. Almost. I want the same color, so I should have just ran out there and grabbed one of the mini machines they have out there. Would have taken less time. But I'm committed now. I'm in it now. I'm in it. There's no turning back. I am determined to use this bobbin. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And then I drop it. Okay, I got it. Okay. Goodness. I got a bobbin. Here we go. I'm going to put it on the machine. I am going to wrap it. Get my thread around here. And again, I'm using the putty. Using the putty up. Start. There we go. You can reuse these. So I'm winding the bobbin. So let's go over to the machine. And we're going to do our satin stitch. And I think that's enough. I'm going to stop. Okay. All right, now we have our matching bobbin. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Okay. We are doing this. Oh, no, we're not. Stop. I need to thread my needle. Okay. Now we're good to go. What did it do? Oh, for heaven's sake. Oh, for heaven's sake. Here we go. There we go. Apparently I touched a button. I don't know which one, but it went back to 0. We're on it now. Our ribbon is out of the way, hopefully. Okay, we're off. Thank you for hearing me. Oh, good. Yes, that's why we do them, you know. Sometimes I would imagine, you know, I could watch a stitch out of something and think to myself, oh, heck no, I'm not doing that. But sometimes I'm like, oh, that doesn't look so bad. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And this is a cute little project. I always think the bag, this little zipper bag, and one of these with some needles in it, a little spool of thread, maybe the Pincushion with some pins in it. That would be a nice little gift, right? Because, I mean, every house needs a sewing kit. A few buttons, you could throw a few buttons in there. Just make a little sewing kit. I think that would be a nice gift for anybody. You could put little initials maybe here or up here, maybe, or even on the back. Cute. You could certainly put initials on the little zipper bag too. But yeah, I think that's a thoughtful gift, you know, because even if you're not a sewist, these buttons fall off. Oh, I know, isn't that, it's called Threads of Grace, these fabrics, and I just love it. Well, you know, printers, I think, aren't the printers today like dirt cheap and then you pay $1 billion for ink? Isn't that how it works now? Yeah, I think that putty is going to look nice. But yeah, Threads of Grace. Also, I think it's Renew. Is it Renew? Is another line that's really pretty. It's the one that the layer cake that Power Tools with Thread used to make her door hanger. Oh my gosh. I think it's called Renew. Anyway, it's really, really cute. Oh, for thread colors, I think, isn't it Glide, or is it, it's one of the ones out there. They have a book that has all their thread colors, and it's got the actual threads wrapped around a little piece of something and glued down. You know, what I do is I just, I take the directions. And you know how they always have the colors that they use, the thread colors, and they're usually just numbers. They don't even say what kind of thread. They just say, like, this one has some numbers. Can you see that? Let's see what you're seeing. But it just has like some numbers in metal, granite, pansy purple, wine. It doesn't tell you what line of, oh, I'm sorry, it does. Robinson and Anton super bright polyester embroidery thread. I don't have any of that. I've never even heard of that. But, you know, I just take these colors around in my room, and I take it to where all my thread is, and I just try to pick out a similar color. That's how I do it, because I can't either. I can't just, you know, I don't have that kind of vision. Now, once I make it, I'm like, oh, I don't like the color they're using for this. I think I want it to be more like whatever, and so I'll change it up. But for the most part, I just follow their colors. I just find what I have that's close to it. I like the putty. What color do they have? I think they have a purple going around on that. They have a purple, or actually I think it's more of a silver. Let's see what color they have there. Number 2, and then you have to go back and look at number 2, granite. So they would want granite around the edge. I think this is too pretty for just a plain gray. This is the prettiest part of the whole book. And if I want anything to stand out, it would be this, right? Because it's so bold and pretty. So that's how my little brain works. But what a quick and fun little gift, I think. I would appreciate a gift like that, for sure. Because even though I have a whole sewing room, I would put a little kit in my car, or, you know, we have a camper, an RV. I would throw a kit in there. what do we have next? Let's see. So we're gonna yeah, I'm like, when are we putting the felt down, right? Did I miss it? No, I didn't miss it. I did not miss it. Remove the hoop, take the tape off of the ribbon before the placement stitch sews. What placement stitch? Oh, okay. Retape the ribbon toward the top and bottom of the hoop. There's some sort of picture here. Let's see. Just to it, even though I can't really see anything in the picture, but we'll get it right. Here we go. Yes, that's the smart thing to do, you know. And you know, if something, you know, like if you're doing a tiling scene or, you know, something that has a lot of shading and stuff like that, then I would definitely thread kit for something like that. Oh, Lord have mercy! I sewed my ribbon. It got my ribbon. Let's go over here. Here we go. All right. Okay. I guess this one will be mine. I won't gift this one. Just got it a teeniest bit right there. I should have checked it, huh? Well, I think we're okay because that's still long and I made them so super long. I had to cut that off. There we go. So I can cut this one too. So they want us to tape it out here now because we're going to put our pages in. So let's get some tape. I got some here. So can you guys see? Am I way off camera here? Here we go. Okay. Piece of tape. Tape this down, and it's just going to do a placement line for our, let's read. Let's see, remove the hoop, take the tape off. Okay, retape it toward the top and the bottom. We did that. Flip the hoop over. Flip the hoop over. And do the placement stitch, which is stitch number 19 out of 20. Let's go back to the machine. See, you can't even tell. I'm okay with that. Once pages are in, okay, what color do we want to use? Do we care? I don't think we do. I think we just stick with the putty, right? You will have a line here, but I think it should match, right? Make sure my thread is in a safe place. And this is just a placement line. And I'm out of bobbin, but I don't really need the bobbin to match anymore. So I'm just going to put white in, right? I think it'll be okay, especially if you have the cream color. Look at all that's left on here, you know? It leaves so much.
Oh my God, I never brought you your funnel.
No, that's okay. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would want mine to match, so, you know, maybe just for fun, we'll go ahead and we will, I'm being particular now, and I'm gonna wind a little bit more. Man, I wound just perfect for that long satin stitch, and then it won't do. It won't do. How many stitches are left? Like 60. 70 stitches is all I have left in this. Oh, come on. So I'm just going to just wind it just a little bit. And then it'll match and it'll be okay. 70 stitches. That's all I needed. Story of my life. Here we go. See? It took a second. Now this is just a placement line, so I'm not going to back up any stitches or anything. If this was a tack down line, I would want to. But this is just a placement. Okay. Back over to the table. There we go. There we go. Let's read the directions. Toot toot. Thank you.
Huh? Oh. I feel right.
Okay. Let's see. Back of the hoop. All right. Take the tape off. We did that. We did the placement stitch. It says remove hoop and flip.
It's so cute.
Isn't it adorable?
Yeah. Maybe can you show them afterwards how to blow it up?
Yes. Yes, I will.
With the second option.
Yes. Back of hoop. Place the felt pieces, and it just has a picture. So they're gonna be together. I'll have 4 pages in my little book, right? You can put more. We're gonna place it right in the middle. I think in one I put 4 pieces, so that's 8 pages in the end. So it's all in what you want to do. I'm going to put top and bottom too, just because. Make these a little thicker. Leaving the tape on the ribbon. There we go. I'm going to flip it over and press down. Okay. And we're going to go do our last stitch. It's just going to go over that again. Probably a triple, quadruple, serious little stitch here. So let's go over. There we go. This is it. This is the last one. Oh, no. Oh, how cute, right? All right. Let's go back over here. Here. There we go. And we can take it out and just kind of cut close. Close to the edge, and then I would take like a Q-tip and some water and get rid of the edges, around the edges. But here's our little book. So let's see, transport. It doesn't like fuzzy things. Transport does not. See how it kind of distorted my book a little bit? So just keep that in mind. If that's paper tape is better for fuzzy things like batting, obviously felt. Goodness, okay. Yeah, see it distorted my, it really got stuck on there. Okay. Be a little more careful. Yeah, paper tape would probably be better for this. There we go. All right, let's see. I have just scissors. Just do that for now. Just kind of close, but not. Don't cut your ribbon, right? And then I'll show you how you can make this bigger on these machines if you have the option. This just kind of shows you, look at our little book, but it is small. What is it? It is about 3.5 by about 3 3/4. No, 3.5 by 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Just a little guy. Cute though. So take a Q-tip, get rid of all of that, and you're good to go. And you just put your needles in here. You have 4 pages. Isn't that cute? Here's our inside. Looks cute. Okay. So let's make it bigger on the machine. Let's go over. If you are so inclined and you have the capability. So let's see if I can, you guys see that? Let me get a better, back further here. I'll just kind of, I wonder if I can, I'm not zoomed in, am I? I might be zoomed in, hold on. Open, image control. No, I'm zoomed all the way out here. Okay. Whoops, what is it doing? Oh, Lord. Oh, here, X out. Okay. All right, so I'll just move it back a little bit. And up. Okay. All right, so let's get out here. And we'll go to embroidery. And the pocket. And we're going to load the design. We'll set it. Let's see. Edit. this little, well, hopefully this is it. This little box with the arrows going up and down. Yes. So you have two choices here. I put little red dots there. You see that? That's weird. Huh? Let me get closer to that so you can see. This is the Avenir, so this is kind of new to me. And I would like to be able to see what you're seeing. Okay, here we go. So put little dots around saying that, you know, it's going to make it bigger. Well, you've got some buttons here. See, I know I've got shadow. Let me see there. Okay, so this is the button we're in. We can make this means it's going to go evenly. It's going to go up and down and back and forth. So we hold that down. I think we can only go 20%, and that only made it 6.5 by 4 1/4. So let's get out of here. How do we reset? Can we reset? Let's just get out. Okay, so that only gave us 20%. And let me just do it again. Embroidery, pocket, USB, needle notebook, set. So normally it's 5.5 by 3.5. And we only made it, you know, slightly bigger than that at 20%. Again, I'm going to press this button here. But if you press this one, what does it say? Okay to reset the pattern to its original size. Yes. Whatever that means, right? Okay. So now I can go a lot bigger because it's going to add the stitches as I make it bigger. Does that make sense? It's almost like digitizing it. It's going to keep the satin stitch very close and dense, and all of the stitches. It's going to look the same, and we can go a lot bigger. So here, I mean, I can go. Now I'm at 7 by 5, 5 by 7. Actually, I'm 8 by this 8 by 5. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. I'm already out of my 5 by 7 hoop. So, I mean, you can just keep going, going, going. Yeah, now I'm 9 by 5.5. You know, so if you want to make a bigger book, I mean, that's by all means. You would just have to figure out what to cut, how big. I probably would just use, you know, 10 by 10 pieces and lay them down so that, you know. So, but anyway, that's how that works. So if we go to edit, I just don't know how to reset it if I wanted to, if I didn't want to do that. Is that this one? Oh yeah. So this little, whatever this image is, resets it back to the normal. I don't know, why can't they just put reset? I don't know why. Yeah, so that's the button. If you're like, oh, I didn't want to do that, you hit this one, it'll go back to its original size and you can mess with your buttons again. So there you go. If you wanted to make it that bigger. Isn't it cute? So now we're going to make the pincushion. Don't go away. We're going to make the pincushion. So we're going to go here. I'm going to cancel that. And I'm going to go to embroidery. And I'm going to go to the pocket. And I'm going to go to USB. And I'm going to go to the pincushion. And, you know, you could make this bigger too if you wanted. These machines are pretty awesome. Okay. Any questions about that? Let's see if I can't get you back to where you were. Go closer. Like that. There we go. Okay, let's go back to the table and get our stuff ready. Clean up our mess. Look at the mess we got going on. Let's get rid of all that. And our tape can go away. Okay. And that's our cute little book. Turned out so cute. I'm just gonna close her up. Cute. Okay, can't with my nails for some reason, but you get the gist of it. Let's hoop up our medium tearaway, I think they wanted. Here we go. Here I wrote the colors I'm using next to the colors that they have. They're all in your layer cake, all of your fabrics. Only takes 3 fabrics. The 2 outside, the 2 actually main body have SF101 on them. And I have all of that somewhere right here. Look at right here. I have it right here. Uh-oh. I'm missing a piece. I am missing a piece of... Oh, here it is. Okay. So these are the 2 that we're going to embroider on. These are the body, and they have SF101. Again, I pieced it. So there we go. That's good to go. Let me get my, sorry for my reach. Here's my tearaway. Put it down this way. Okay, one thing about magnets is I know Jeannie just throws them on here and everything's perfect and wonderful. That's not the world I live in. Okay. I can't ever seem to get it like really smooth for some reason. I don't know what I do, but no matter what I do, it likes to bubble up, and that bothers me. Okay, see how it bubbles up there? And this is tearaway, and I can't pull on it or it will tear. So hopefully this will be okay. Okay. Okay, there, that's a little crinkly for me, but I think it'll be okay. All right, we have that. This is a quickie. Let's see. Any questions? Okay. Let's see. We're going to hoop 1 layer. They just want 1. And then we're going to do a placement stitch. What's our first color? Our first color is number 1. What do I have for number 1? For number 1, I have Tar Heel, which is this color here. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put in a new bobbin because I know that bobbin's really low and I don't want to have to change it in the middle. So let's go over to the machine. Okay. Maybe there's some secret to hooping. Oh, I guess I could have put the bobbin in. Hooping without having a bunch of crinkles in it. But I can't seem to do it. All right. Got a brand new bobbin here. And we don't need to have our bobbin matching for any reason on this one. That's always nice. Okay. Let's take this out. and put in our tar heel. Because that's the first color I need. Okay. Placement line. Goodness. Okay. I'm going to put down one of our main fabrics. Pretty pretty. Guess it doesn't matter. It's a circle, so it doesn't matter. I'm not taping. So I'm just making sure that I'm covering. I can feel the stitches under there. Okay. Now this one we do need at least 1/4 of an inch around, right? I don't think we trim, do we? Nope, we don't trim. This is a placement line for our this material here. Oh goodness. That made a terrible noise. What was that? I gotta look underneath my hoop here, make sure. I guess we're okay. That was a loud noise. Okay, so I'm going to cover this. There is not SF101 on either one of these pieces. You could put it on if you wanted to. Just feeling for these lines. Okay. We're going to be trimming this, so we don't need to worry about a seam allowance or anything like that. Okay, got our scissors ready. Gosh, why does it keep making that noise? Okay. Doesn't like the paper? The cutaway maybe? Okay, I'm going to trim. I may have to take the hoop off. Okay. There we go. What is next? What is this? Is this the other square? Let's see. Yep, this is the placement line for the other square, which is this one, this piece. A geometric pattern we got going on here. I did use best press on this, so it gave it a little more body. You could, spray it, tape it down, spray it, whichever you want to do. I'm not going to do either. And I believe we're going to trim this one also. Okay, let's see. Yep, we're going to trim it. filling this with crushed walnut shells. I like weighted. It gives it. Supposedly it sharpens your needles as they go in and out. Or so they say. Okay. You could do, you know, walnuts like on the bottom and then put filler on top. I'm just going to do all. Okay, so next is the first little square, and that's where our tar heel comes in. And the color after that is sorry, I was watching the machine. Aloe. I'm using aloe. Pretty green. Okay. We're doing little color squares here. It's a pretty decorative little stitch there. Let's do aloe. How's everybody doing? You guys hanging in there with me? I know it's getting late in some parts. I appreciate you're here. Okay. Yes, she does sell the walnut shells here. Or, you know, you may have them in your room and you're like, oh, yeah, I got some of those. Here's a use for it. You bought a big bag because you did a Pincushion years ago. That's my scenario. Actually, I think I bought some when Kimberville came out with that one that looks like a flower. Super cute. And so I have some that I need to use up. What's our next color here? Number 3. What do I have for number 3? Military gold. Oops, military gold. This gold here. Pretty brassy gold. Oop, there we go. There we go. Let's see what's next. I do like that this has like a patchwork look to it. It would be fun to do this in so many colorways. I love these fabrics too, and ooh, good luck finding like yardage. Last I looked, they were sold out everywhere. Hopefully they do another run. Our next color is color number 1. What's color number 1? Let's see. Tar heel again, is that what I'm doing? Yeah, tar heel again. Some of the colors are repeated. I believe there is a supply list for this. It might list the colors. Usually I try to do that. And which step they're used on and whatnot. So tar heel again. Number 4. What do I have for number 4? I'm using an ice cord color 2152. And I think I picked this one because I absolutely love this color. It's so pretty. She has more layer cakes of this line though, this Threads of Grace. I believe she does. I know she does. So. A little quilt would be so pretty. Again, this pretty color. Isocord 2152. I don't know why I'm struggling. My glasses are on my head and I'm trying to read. 2152. Yeah. You ever do that? You're trying to read something and you're squinting and you're, struggling and you're reading it really slow because you can't see it, and then you realize your glasses are right on your head. Why am I not using those? Okay. Pretty rosy color. This is number 5. For number 5, I have another Isocord color. This one? Yeah. Tan. It's Isocord number 1140. Pretty tan color. That's next. And in the end, there is a little bit of hand stitching. Just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Number 13, I have Lagoon. This is like Lagoon, pretty turquoise. That's next. The Lagoonian. Lagoon. Let's see what's next. Lagoon. Looks like our military gold again. Number 3. Yep, military gold again. There. Trying to clean as I go. Oops. Okay. Our lagoon. Military gold is next. And if you notice, these stitches, some of them, you know, they're not all the same stitch. Some of them are, you know, different. But they're all very, very pretty. Very, very, very pretty. Military gold. There we go. Oops. I'm getting good at finding that cutter back there. I'm happy to report. All right, then we're going to do our Isacord 1140 again, the tan. Do that one again. This one's going to go around this edge here for a satin stitch. So we're done with our little decorative stitches. Okay. And we're almost done with this already. Can you believe it? How quick is that? If you ever just need a win, just a good win to get your sojo back, something like this is perfect. Just gets you back in the saddle again, you know. Sometimes I struggle getting into my sewing room and I'm like, I don't know if I get overwhelmed by all of the projects I could do and I just get, you know, paralyzed. Yes, the fast one. Fast one. Sometimes you just need that. And you get in there and you sew this up and you're like, oh my god, it's so cute. Now I want to do this. You know? Sometimes that's what I need. Quick win. That's why I like a block of the month where, you know, they just send you enough to do 1 or 2 blocks of a quilt. And to me, that's just genius. These people are thinking. They're so smart. I feel like I accomplished something and that I'm, you know, I like that. But don't sign up for like 10 of them. Then you know, I'd have the same problem. So I just kind of do 1 or 2 a year, you know. Maybe an intricate one and an easy one. Ooh. So the next satin stitch that goes around our pretty block on top here. I haven't even opened this one. This is Hokies. I don't know if this is a new color, but we used it. We used it in the Kimberbell 4th of July event, the Hokies. And I just love this color. I mean, that's just gorgeous, isn't it? I love it. So I'm going to use that. That's going to be my color for on top. Might be too bold, but I think it's a pretty color. So we'll see how it looks. I had to buy it. I'm like, what? This color's beautiful. And it wanted a kind of a wine color for this. So we'll see how it looks, right? Pretty, pretty, pretty. And then we're on to the construction. So pretty. It's going to be bright. It's going to stand out. Wow, look at that. That's pretty. Okay. Oh, now, yes, I totally get that, but I can't do that. I know a lot of people will sew, you know, several projects. They'll have like 4 or 5 quilts going at once. I am not disciplined enough to do that. Like say, okay, on Tuesday I'm going to work on this one. On Thursdays I'm going to work on this one, and you know, that kind of thing. I have to do one thing at a time. And so the block of the month doesn't make me feel like I have more than one going, because even though I might have 2 going, I only get 1 or 2 blocks a month. And that only takes me like maybe a day or 2 to get them done. And then, you know, I can do little filler projects like this. Little fun things like this. You know, I put those blocks away in my little project bag, and then I forget about it until the next month. But I am not disciplined enough to, I get overwhelmed. I have to do one thing at a time. And that's frustrating because I don't get as much done as I could. You guys that can do multiple projects and keep them straight and keep them going, and I can't do it. Look at that. I think that looks so pretty. Okay. Yeah, I have a new favorite color, I think. All right, so now we're done with all the decorative satin stitches and all that. We're on step 17, and we're going to place our other piece of fabric, our big piece of body fabric, we're going to place it right side down. Or right sides together. They say right sides together, I say right sides down. It's tomato, tomato. This is kind of directional, so I'm going to keep it the same direction as I put the first one. And I'm not going to do it with this bright red because I'm afraid we might see it in the seam. So I'm going to change my color to a more subdued color. Let's go with our Isocord 1140. Or you can just throw white up there. Okay. All right, so now it's going to put those together, and it's going to leave a little opening. Famous last words. Absolutely. Oh, this will be easy, and then I do 10 things wrong and I have to do it 4 or 5 times. And I hear you. Okay, we are going to go over here and we're going to finish up our pretty pincushion. I need a drink. I'm just drinking tea. Okay. All right, let's take this out. I'm going to use, now this tearaway is going to stay in there, so if you think that it's too crinkly or what have you, go ahead. I don't see why you couldn't use no-show mesh. Oh, these are strong magnets. Okay. So I guess we can tear this part out, huh? Get her started. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's going to stay in there. So sometimes I wonder why they choose tearaway instead of no-show mesh. I tend to use no-show mesh for pretty much everything. Unless it's super heavy stitching, which this isn't. I mean, what is this? This is not even 9,000 stitches. I mean, so I would have to sit here and pick all of this out, you know, what a pain. So I don't know. I think you could use no-show mesh. I don't think there's that many crazy stitches. Okay. So I'm going to use pinking shears because this is a circle. This is a circle, and in order to get a smooth circle, you need to put in the little, if you don't have pinking shears or you don't want to use them, cut out little V's all the way around after you do your 1/4 inch. This part here, can you see? Yeah. This part here where the opening is, I'm going to keep it nice, and I'm going to keep it this, I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to cut like in towards it here with my pinking shears. And then I'm going to cut, or yeah, I'm going to cut pretty close because this is a number 1. They did like a quadruple bean stitch on here. So it's pretty strong. So I'm getting pretty close. You see, I'm a little less than 1/4 of an inch, but don't cut your stitches. But you know, the less that's in that seam, the prettier your circle will be, is the theory. That is the theory. I mean, I'm not going right up to the stitches, but I'm pretty close. This isn't something that's going to be washed over and over, so I'm not too worried about it. And then I'm just going to kind of flare out like this, and it's going to kind of look like a snow globe kind of thing. Okay, and this just gives me something to tuck in there as I'm hand sewing it. I said the H word again. Okay. Yeah. Normally there's stuff, if you did use no-show mesh, I would cut it away from here, the 1/4 of an inch or however you're cutting it. I would fold it and get rid of that, you know, just because it'll be easier. So we're going to turn it right side out, right? And it's a teensy hole, and I didn't take out all my paper, so it's not going to be easy. And I'm just going to kind of work it. It's got that triple, quadruple nice stitch, so I think I can pull on it pretty good and not rip it. So if you have dexterity problems, I would get a turner. There's lots of turners out there. There's that one that's big and round. That would work good. I wish I had it here to show you. Looks kind of like a hanger. And that really helps. Like, you know, my hands, I don't really have any, and they're already cramping up, and I don't really have dexterity problems. It's because of this paper in there. There you go. There's our pincushion. No. There it is. Isn't she pretty? Okay, let's keep working at it. Pull. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're going to want to pick out all that paper. I think I'm making progress. It's coming. And I can see why they call it birthing. I want a C-section. Okay, here we go. I think I almost got it. We're getting there. Where is the hole here? Let's see. Here we go. I think I've got it for the most part. Here we go. Sorry if I'm out of camera here. Here we go. Just gonna kind of use my fingers. I got it. That was easy. That was easy. Let's get my little point turner or my point pusher. I don't know that it's a turner. This part here is really good for circles, because you kind of want to, you know, you just kind of run it along there. It just kind of pops it all out. Isn't that nice? Look at that. That was easy, right? Then we can come back and do some of these stubborn places. But I think because we use the pinking shears, it's going to lay down really well. I don't want to use the sharp point there. I want to use the round point. Okay. It just kind of glides around. There we go. Let's get our iron going. she made me a fun funnel. Jeannie made this. Look, she put tape around there so it's all reinforced. And here are our, let me get this out of the way, our crushed walnuts. She has them in bulk. She does sell the bags, the little bags that, you know, for us would be fine. I don't know how I'm going to get this out of here, but we're going to do it. Look at that. And let's see. I don't really have anything to spoon it with. Do you think I could pour those in here? I'm going to do it over here so I have a little more control. But you can just kind of get the gist of what I'm doing here. I just poured some in there. It's coming in there. I see them falling in there. And I'm going to use all walnuts. Okay, it's already almost like half full. So it doesn't take much at all. Put a little bit more in my funnel. I don't want too much. So let's let that fall in there. Ooh, that. Put that in there. I want more, I think. I think I want more. I think I want it to be fatter. Yeah, a little bit more. Not much. Not much. Let me just put it over here so I don't make a huge mess. Interesting smell. Oh boy. Okay. Get it down in there. I like it to be fat. I like it to be nice and fat. Okay. There is, I think that's pretty good. And then we would fold this in. Okay, and then we would fold this in. And you have the stitch line there, and I just kind of want to follow that because I want to get it as round as possible. But let me tell you, I don't know what the secret is to that, so I just do the very best I can to make it look like a circle. To keep the shape. These corners need to go in. I don't know if I'm on camera or not. These corners, I want to get these corners tucked in really well. And then I'll mess with the center and get that kind of lined up. It's not going to ever be perfect. But, you know, it would kind of look like that. You see this point here, you just want to come to that point. I think the secret is to kind of get those wings really down in there that we left on the sides. Get those down in there, and that kind of holds everything as we manipulate this to try to make it look more like a circle. You know, so it's going to go like that kind of. And that's going to be our, and that's really weighted and nice. I like that. Oop. I like that a lot. Let's see, do I have any clips? Sure I do. Or was I a good girl and cleaned out my basket? She took my clips out of here. So I would clip this and then just do a side, 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 all the way across. And all the while keeping it as round as you can. And then that would be our little pincushion. And that is heavy. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. I don't like a pincushion that when you pull a pin out, the whole thing comes with you or it flies off. Here, I got the pin. And it's supposed to sharpen your pins every time you put them in here. But yeah, that's not going anywhere. What do you guys think? There it is. Boom, done. Isn't it cute? With that and our little notebook of needles. Let's make it pretty, because whatever I end the live stream on is the thumbnail. So I like to kind of decorate. I don't want that to spill out, so I'm going to be careful with that. There's our pincushion. There is our, how is that? How's that for a thumbnail? What do you think? Yeah, pincushion. Do we want to read that? And needle notebook. How's that? What do you think? Like, oh, now I want to go this way. There's the thumbnail. Will that make you want to click on the video? Just, yeah. Cute. You will be able to do it. You saw, well, this took what? 20 minutes? As long as you have, you know, everything all prepped and your colors lined up and ready to go. I mean, it takes no time at all. And I think it's a cute little gift. Once I close it up, I can really kind of, you know, get those little grains of walnut everywhere I want it to be. But yes, I like it. And see, I can pull that out and nothing comes up. So that's nice. That is nice. That's why I like the walnuts. Yes. Well, you guys, that was today's adventure. It's always an adventure and fun. And I so appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. And always, when you make them, put them on Facebook. I would love to see it. I troll Facebook a lot. So if you put it up there, I'll see it. And I would love to see different color combinations. I would love to see all the things that you guys do, because you guys are all amazing and you guys have such creative minds, and you keep me motivated. Okay? All right, guys. I'm going to go. We're going to be doing the show next week. So I think my next project is going to be the cell phone bag. The Minky Kim. We're going to be doing that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That is adorable bag, and the color combinations are endless on that, and it's going to be awesome. So I hope to see all of you, and anybody who can make it to the show next week. Come by and say hello. I will be there all 3 days. All right, you guys. I am signing